Coming unannounced, drag my nails on the tile. I just follow your sin, you can just follow my smile. All of your flaws are aligned with this mood of mine. Cutting me to the bone, nothing left to leave behind. You ought to keep me.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Shootcast preview show for One Extreme Rules 2015. My name is Fred, and of course, I'm being joined by my Reverend co-host. Sorry, not coach, but I was thinking something else. We've got the co-host, Mr. Che. How's it going, Che?
The fuck are you thinking about?
Coach Hines.
Oh, okay, I get it. He's funny, I get it.
Coach Hines, man. That's anyways. So, hello everyone and welcome. We appreciate your attendance here on this preview show for Extreme Rules. So, do we refer to this exactly as Extreme Rules, or should we add the 2015 to it?
I guess 2015.
All right. So, for me, we're not all that much excited, but
Nope.
we'll run through the card. Of course, we will. We'll try to liven it up for this.
All right.
But Che, explain your feelings coming into this one.
Well, it doesn't look that exciting. There's nothing extreme about Extreme Rules. Let's be honest. It's just a filler show like Fastlane. I don't know what the fuck the gimmick for Fastlane was, but, number one, there's no Paige. Come on. I mean, they gave her like a on-air interview. Was she filming a movie?
She's actually going to be co-starring in a WWE produced movie called Santa's Little Helper. So immediately you think like The Simpsons, right? Their dog. But anyways,
Yeah.
I don't think it has any relation.
I swear to fucking God, dude. Why are they making movies? They don't make anything back on the fucking. They don't go to theater. They go to DVD. I know they don't make anything back, or they just break even. What the hell is Vince McMahon's obsession with freaking making them superstars? Just stick to what they're good at.
The only thing I can think of at this point is they saw what happened with The Rock. I don't know if it could have happened for Stone Cold Steve Austin if he wanted that to happen, but they saw what happened with The Rock, and they sort of see a formula here. Like, all right, pro wrestler starts to get into action movies, enough and enough, or, as many times, and maybe they can strike gold with someone. So,
Hasn't happened yet.
well, The Rock actually is a pretty decent
The Rock's
star.
the only
They
one.
tried with The Miz for some reason, very hard, even though he...
The Marine.
Well, you see, he was an MTV star, I believe.
Yeah.
The True Life, I believe, or
Yeah, reality show shit.
yeah, not True Life. That's something else.
The
What was
road
it?
trip, like road something.
Nah, it was the one where they were stationary. They weren't.
The real life.
The Real Life. There you go.
Yep.
So, yeah, that was his thing. He did a lot of reality show, a lot of contests, But anyways, we digress. This is Extreme Rules, of course. So,
Yes, sir.
looking through the card, I don't really see anything all that exciting, but we'll prevail. So we've got
Yes, sir.
we've got the first matchup. We've got Tyson Kidd, Cesaro, current tag team champions, defending against the New Day, which will comprise of Big E and Kofi Kingston.
Ugh. Do I need to say anything else? Tyson, Kidd, and Cesaro needs to win. The New Day needs to keep losing until they split up. It's the worst gimmick in recent history. I hate the New Day. I hate the fucking Big E wearing that cape. I just hate the way they shine each other's shoes and sing like a stereotypical fucking Southern Baptist. It's a horrible gimmick. It needs to go away.
Yeah, they're church going, and
Yes,
Southern.
sir.
So I can only imagine how that came about. I'll spare you guys the I'll spare you guys the Vince McMahon impression for this one. But
Yes, sir.
so for me, I don't really see much mobility in this area. It just seems like the New Day is in this position. Unless they're gonna go super heel tag team with the belts, that could be what they're going for here. Because I feel like recently on TV, they've been almost encouraging people to say New Day sucks, and that's that's obviously an indicator that they might want to go completely heel stable here. But the problem is, and maybe that's what they were designed for from the very beginning, because you think about it, they always have that third man, right? And as a tag team in the division, they would need two men. So
Yes,
it's
sir.
possible that this team was always intended to possibly, or maybe it could switch. Maybe they could switch people. See, there's a lot of dynamics here, and maybe that's what they're working with.
Yup.
Um, Actually, that would be kind of interesting, right? If they can
Or maybe they
interchange.
suck.
But no one really cares enough about them to, unless,
No.
maybe they can get a bunch of, if they can generate a lot of heat as heels, maybe that will get people's attention and they can have a gimmick where they are, having the third man or switching. And obviously, as someone that's always going to be on the outside, that's a pretty good dynamic because he's always in play, right? It's a given that he's going to come to the ring, but he's also able-bodied. He's not the typical valet that they present. So I don't know. Actually, now that I think about it, the New Day, if they're gonna go that way, and I think they are, that could get people to care about the tag division a little bit. I mean, Tyson and Cesaro aren't necessarily that heelish, right? They just
Charismatic.
they present heels as almost like people that you're not supposed to like, but you don't hate them for any reason.
Yeah.
So they just produce heels that you just have a general distaste for usually, because they can't do these big actions because of this era that we're in now.
Yeah, they can't do anything that would really garner you hating them.
Mm-hmm.
There's only a limit to what they can do. I mean, honestly, who's gonna hate any heel in the WWE? They don't do anything vile. They don't do anything grotesque. They don't do
Right.
anything despicable because they can't.
I mean, really, a lot of the different angles involved. Having someone or threatening someone's death, bringing them near death through weapon use and all this other stuff. Love angles where there's some shenanigans going on. There's usually some sort of extreme angle to these, and now they're only able to produce. I'm a tag team, you're a tag team, we hate each other. I think there's really not these. In the old days, I guess you could refer to them as props. These extreme acts were sort of like props, and now they're not allowed to use that.
Yes, sir.
So, I don't know. Fuck it. Let's.
I'm going Tyson Kidd and Cesaro.
Man, I want to say New Day just for the hell of it, and they go super heel tag team. I
You're
don't
giving
know.
them too much credit.
They're doing, like, they had the last match on Raw. Dude is under the ring and grabs the dude's ankles and just goes, "I gotcha." And they get counted out. Like,
that's so
they're-
heelish.
No. It's not. It's not the heelish thing. It's the fact that they're teasing and getting in your brain this notion of having,
Yeah. Crazy shit.
I'm sorry about that. Sorry about that noise out there, but
Anyway. Okay.
but anyways, we've we've got a number of things, of course, but like I said, my perception is that they like to present, all right, they can work together with an able-bodied valet kind of thing. I think that's the dynamic that Triple H and Shawn had with China as the DX tag team representatives.
That's not the only angle Triple H had with China in the early years.
Oof.
Oh,
The wordsmithery. That's perfect.
shit.
Great. That's good, man. I like that. That's good stuff.
Yes, sir.
But we do have to acknowledge that this match isn't very exciting. So we
No.
move on. The next matchup. Now these are they always change, in my opinion. You can't really find a solid listing. So I'm just gonna take a guess at what's gonna open it up as far as the special goes. I'm gonna say Dolph Ziggler Sheamus is gonna open up the card in the Kiss Me Arse. I feel like they like Dolph Ziggler as a show opener, so that's what I'm just gonna predict.
Yeah.
So one of the
I'm not
least
excited. No. I mean,
exciting matchups. It's almost like the writing staff wanted to use the word arse because it's Sheamus and is being, picked as a big giant Goliath heel that crushes all the little people with his ridiculous hair and beard. But
Ah,
I mean, they had to bring back Sheamus. They have a certain respect for Sheamus. They have a certain vision of what he's capable of and what he should be utilized for. So we're going to get Sheamus crammed down our throats once again, but this time repainted as someone who hates you and will berate you via microphone if you're in the audience. So
yeah.
I feel like that's the visual they're going for here in this match. They want to have Sheamus have his arse kissed by someone, in this case, that is liked by the fans, to really have that heinous act that we spoke of earlier here. So,
That could be the one. I mean, hey, I got no problems with, Sheamus making his money and feeding himself and his family, but as a character, I can't fucking stand him. Heel or face, I don't like him. I'm not excited for this match. I mean, in the Kiss My Arse match, I mean, how the fuck are they going to do it? I mean, they can't have any, you know, I don't even want to think about it.
it's not exciting.
Ugh.
So,
Ugh.
again, not exciting for us. And
Nope.
I'm
I
going
say
to.
Sheamus wins.
I'm going to say that as a match, fundamentally and technically, it should be okay. But that
Yeah, they
big
can both go.
component is missing where you actually care. So Sheamus gets his arse kiss to open up the pay-per-view and make everybody hate Sheamus all that much more.
I say Sheamus wins, and he makes everyone hate him more by getting the fan favorite to kiss his ass.
So, move on to, do we fully flesh out Sheamus and Ziggler here? Let's see. Is there any other angle we need to cover with this matchup?
Not really. I mean, I think Sheamus is gonna win, so he can get Dolph Ziggler to kiss his arse, and makes everyone hate him more as a heel thing.
It's really just like the writing team wanted to incorporate something sounding as if Sheamus would be issuing the decree here. So yeah,
Yes,
I
sir.
really, really doubt that we're going to see Sheamus lose here. So we move on. I'm gonna say, say they'll probably do Ambrose and Harper next. Chicago Street Fight. So obviously, being in the Rosemont Horizon, they really couldn't figure out many other ways to dress this up. They decided to play to the crowd, and this is a Chicago street fight. So, your initial thoughts coming into a Chicago street fight?
No, what are they gonna bring? He's gonna bring out another hot dog stand.
Oh, he might.
Come on.
That's something that they've been sort of where they've been screwing up with this character is that he's more wacky. So
Yeah.
I see him bringing a bunch of wacky things, accoutrements to his.
He might throw a Chicago style pizza at him.
Yeah, you know what? They have done that before with him. They've made it. They were in Coney Island, so they had him. Bring these different themed things, and obviously with The Rock and his cheap pop jacket. I don't know.
Brooklyn.
So,
Hey.
Chicago Street Fight, if I were to say which one I think off of their character would be more closely born in Chicago, I would go with Dean Ambrose. And looking at their statistics, I am right. We've got Dean Ambrose from Ohio and Luke Harper from New York. So, by proximity, good. Good, proximity to the actual epicenter here in Rosemont Horizon. So I believe that Dean Ambrose would kind of be depicted as a Chicago man that is going to win the Chicago street fight.
Dean Ambrose is going to win. Luke Harper has been jobbing for a while now.
True. And they put the title on him, so I guess putting it on him for a little while and taking it directly off of him is going to be some sort of aid to the rest of the division. But, it's not like these guys are battling for contendership, I'd say, if you were going to frame it
Nope.
as some sort of ladder to get to... Because, they love to frame it as a ladder. If it's a ladder match, ladders everywhere.
Oh, yeah. The midget ladder.
That was the WLC, sir.
Oh my gosh.
But
Don't get me started on that.
all right. So I don't I don't see this being too crazy, and it might be detrimental to Dean's character if they present him too goofy, because I think the expectation here is that this being Extreme Rules and everything else being relatively tame, that this is supposed to carry that banner, and it's just basically, if I understand this correctly, Che. Now,
Yes, sir.
I'm not completely sure the dictionary definition of a Chicago street fight here for the company. So, in this era, what exactly would a Chicago street fight be? Just a hardcore match where they can go outside without being counted
No.
out?
Just throwing them into the fucking stairs. That's a Chicago street fight. I mean, what are they gonna use? He's gonna power drive a crash dummy again.
Mm.
It
Yeah,
might go outside,
a
but
voodoo doll.
nothing's gonna happen.
He'll hurt him by
Oh,
proxy.
I'm telling you, nothing. Nothing's gonna be extreme about this. What's gonna be extreme? They can't do anything.
That's true.
They're gonna go outside and they're just gonna regularly fight. Oh yeah, just fucking Dean Ambrose's cat punches.
Now, something
Scotty.
interesting. I actually saw
What?
a matchup between them where it was, I believe, some acronym of wrestling. I don't remember right now, but it was John Moxley versus, I think his name was Brody or something like that in the older days. So we had Luke Harper versus Dean Ambrose back before they were signed, and it was a weird dynamic. So I don't know if they're cognizant of this, that they have a history of having matches back and forth in lower organizations where there is more of a street fighty type of climate, and maybe that's why they wanted to pair these guys for this. But at the very least, it's a something that sort of fell in their lap in terms of two guys that are going to get as close to the boundary as they can for PG.
Yes, sir.
But it's my fear that they're going to write it wacky. So
Not to mention Dean Ambrose, and I'm sure Luke Harper, but Dean Ambrose can handle this. I mean, he was in CZW.
Mm-hmm.
He can handle a hardcore match. It's just they're writing him off as some fucking idiot.
So I'm going to go. Dean Ambrose finally wins something.
You know what?
Of significance, but
I'm go.
fearful he's going to use some wacky means to achieve it.
I'm gonna go with some off the wall shit, but I'm saying Luke Harper finally wins
Perfect.
in a long time.
Perfect. So we move on to the next card. Our next card. Move on to the next match on the card. Prediction. Che, what do you think? Naomi and Paige are. How could I be so remiss? Nikki.
How could you be so cruel? She's
and
not
Naomi.
gonna be there. I mean, you know, I won't lie. Naomi's athletic, but I just don't find her character amusing. And Nikki Bella, you gotta breathe there. You can do it, Nikki.
She's going to be yelling words of encouragement at the top of her lungs.
She's the worst. I mean, Nikki, when she yells, I mean, it's not that great, but when Brie yells, it's fucking worse. You can do it, Nikki. It's just the worst. I hate it. And don't even get Fred started on the pants of Brie Bella.
It looks like somebody took a candle that was lit and poured it over her to. It's ridiculous. It reminds me of Licorice.
Yeah, but you know,
And you're really missing out on another of the main problems. There is the
up?
90s grunge tied fucking flannel jacket.
with the sweater wrapped around her belly.
Yeah.
I'm hardcore. I'm different. Respect me for me. I'm Brie.
Free mode.
Yeah.
So,
Oh god. But
anyways, terrible.
you know.
I don't want to pull out the anyways terrible match yet.
Terrible match.
But maybe that'll happen in the review show.
Yep.
Naomi is obviously one of the most athletic. I think you can make the argument she's one of the most athletic there on the roster.
She's very
But
athletic.
that doesn't translate always to compelling storytelling or in-ring, technicality.
I hate to say this, but to me, they paint her character as a hood rat. I don't know why.
I think they're trying to incorporate the USO angle because With some pairings, they sort of hide it, and with some pairings, they're very open about it. So I don't know exactly what the angle is there.
Eh, we'll find out. But like I said, I say Nikki wins it. You know why? They want her to be champion for a while until my boo, Paige, knocks her off.
Ooh.
Yes, sir.
So, for me, prediction for this is just going to be status quo. We're going to keep title on Bella, and they're basically waiting for Paige to get back. I mean, she's off filming a movie that will be WWE produced straight to DVD, paired with The Miz in a Christmas themed one
Oh
called
my gosh.
Santa's Little Helper.
They're getting that ready for fall.
So, yeah, I mean, it invokes the image of the Simpsons dog, Santa's Little Helper. So, I don't know how they're going to get around that. Maybe that's the hook. Maybe people have fond memories of that cartoon dog, but nobody's going to be watching this for the comedy.
Nope.
And if they did, they probably did accidentally. So, probably just people that are looking for Paige fan service because she's, something that those...
Listen, WWE just put her in a thong. That's all you have to do, man. Just you know what we want.
I don't know what situation they could present that in.
It doesn't fucking matter what situations, and I'm not asking for a logical outcome. I'm just asking, just put the girl.
I'm just trying to be realistic here, man. I mean, there'd have to be a rhyme or reason for it in this.
Okay,
PGA.
she's wearing a skirt and it gets ripped off by Rudolph. I don't care.
There's no way they're gonna do that.
Like just.
The most you're gonna get is like.
I miss. What's up?
I don't know what the most that you'll get is from this day and age, but.
I miss the Attitude Era. I miss it, man.
Man. So, unfortunately, there will be none of that. But as far as Naomi goes, don't really see much for her here. I think it's a weird dynamic that she's a heel. So we've got one of the Usos. I forget which one. One of them is injured legitimately. So they're trying to run Naomi as heel and not really sure what they're going to do with the other guy. But it doesn't seem like they're just going to wait for the guy to come back. It seems like they're looking for singles dynamics, and that deprives them of a very, a very important and central tag team in that division. So we will see.
We will.
That's become my catchphrase. Just we will see. I'll think of some other way to put it, but we've got the next matchup, and as far as my prediction,
What's up?
we'll do Bella to keep the title, and we move on to the next one. Let's do. I'm gonna go with Roman Reigns Big Show after that. It's going to be my prediction.
Yeah.
This is a last man standing match where Mr. Reigns is going to try to defeat Big Show for the 50th time. I don't know of what consequence this win will be, but they're going to do it in a last man standing match, sir.
I don't care about this match. You know why? I'm guaranteed I'm going to see the same match that I've seen for the past 50 fucking times they fought. And, they're not unique as rivals. They don't mix it up every time they fight. It's the same shit. Mm-hmm. And God only knows Big Show can't fucking go the way he did 10-20 years ago. So this match is just one of my most least anticipated matches of the card because I'm tired of seeing the same shit 50 times in a row. And it's not even unique. They don't switch it up. They don't do different moves. It's just the same old shit. I'm not a big fan of Reigns, but he's getting fed to like the wrong person.
That's true. So it just for me, I can't really really muster up a care one way or the other for this match. I think it'll be extremely disappointing. The stipulation should be sort of drawn out a lot. When you think of last man standing matches of old, they were very dramatic, and there were a lot of things they were able to use, being outside, using different, weapons, of course. So in this, maybe they're going to use the stairs a little bit. It's really just going to kind of be the knockout punch versus the Superman punch kind of presentation, in my opinion.
Oh, oh man. I'm gonna say Roman Reigns wins. I mean, I'm not excited at this match for all because I've seen it a million times. And Big Show, he's not charismatic anymore. He's very slow in the ring, and he's just one of them people that should have retired by now.
Mm-hmm. I think so too. They were actually having some chance of please retire, and he was kind of acknowledging it as a heel. So interesting there. But yeah, you know what? We'll go Roman Reigns. Doesn't make any sense for him not to get his revenge from being slammed on a car and all this other stuff. So yeah, we'll go Roman Reigns for the win there. Pretty easy peasy. I don't think he'll have too many problems. They're going to keep him strong for
Yep.
a potential Lesnar rematch or something else down the pipe. That's interesting for Reigns. He's got interesting connections each one, right? Because if he moves on to Seth Rollins, there's a Shield angle there, and if he moves on to big Brock Lesnar, that's a rematch of, and obviously it's at the top. It's perceived to be the top of the card no matter what. So,
Damn.
interesting.
He has to win. That's all I gotta say.
Next matchup that I'm assuming is going to be John Cena Rusev.
Well,
This
I
is
mean,
a Russian chain match, Jay, for the U.S. Championship.
Well, I mean, if they're not fucking swinging it at each other's faces, I mean, you're just gonna like choke each other with it. I mean, it's all right. I mean, John Cena got the U.S. title, so I guess you could make an argument that they're trying to put more prestige on the U.S. title by having someone as high profile as John Cena hold him and issuing these open challenges. But I don't see John Cena losing. I mean, what are they gonna do with these matches? They're gonna fucking like just choke each other with it?
There's not going to be blood unless it's hard way. So
Shit.
that's man. You think about what this match could possibly be with the Russian chain implemented, and I just assume this is a chain that was made in Russia. That probably Rusev will bring, or that Lana will wield on the way out.
Shit.
So Russian chain is essentially a strap match, where you have to drag your person across 4 corners and touch the turnbuckle. And you could use it as a choking device. So, maybe they displayed Rusev using the chain to make a camel clutch, or in his case, the accolade, which, I don't know, not really. Doesn't really sound all that great.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing extreme about this match. I believe he's gonna use a chain the same way he did on Raw, where he sat on his back and tried choking him with it. But other than that, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, John Cena's gonna win. They're not gonna put the title on him that quick just to take it off of him. They want to try. I guess they're trying to bring more prestige to these titles. So I guess they want. Their plan is my guess is their plan is that they hold the title. He holds the title for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean the dynamic with the mid card here is that Cena can do the challenge, which is just a fancy way of saying he can be matched up with all different people without an actual storyline coming out of it or into it.
Yes, sir.
So it makes it so that he has a lot of fresh matchups, and I think that having that dynamic makes the mid card at least somewhat, because with Cena it seems like he's going to be at the same level no matter if he has the belt or not, right? I mean, he's at that point. So having that is, or sorry, not that belt, but the world title. So having these intercontinental title, or intercontinental, the U.S. the U.S. title. Having the U.S.
They're all
title,
the same.
Well, that's the problem. That's the problem they were trying to fix, So you got to give them credit there. Yeah, John Cena keeps it. How do they keep Rusev strong, though? By the use of a weapon?
I think how to keep it strong is John Cena wins by using the chain, so he doesn't get clean. I mean, I don't know how they're gonna do this. I mean, they can't just have Rusev lose clean because he already got his ass beat at WrestleMania. He can't lose anymore.
Yeah, well, you also have to think about the visual, right? So this is gonna have to be John Cena dragging Rusev, and as he's in a semi-conscious state to tap each uh, corner. So, hmm, I don't know. Maybe they can have him. You know what? What prevents them from going with each other and having like a race? Like they always present it as two, you know, two opposing forces going in opposite directions. Um, mm, Maybe they can work a dynamic like that where they're both not completely fucked up, so they can sort of race each other around the ring. Why not? That's the PGR. They could do that. How about that?
Fuck it.
They go with the chain. Here's they go with the chain and tap each thing in a race, and we'll see who who taps the last one first. So there you go. That's my prediction. Is that Rev John Cena? But they're gonna do it obviously in a way where Rusev stays strong, and I think they might spice it up by having a race to the finish. Um, Maybe not as dramatically presented as them sprinting across, but I don't know. I'm just feeling something different to this Russian chain match where you can't really have either one completely debilitated. So moving on, I believe this is going to be our main event here. Unfortunately, Dan and Bryan and Bad News Barrett will have to wait because they're keeping Bryan off as a precautionary measure due to a concussion. So we will move on to the main event here. Seth Rollins, Randy Orton steel cage match for the title. Kane is your gatekeeper, and Orton is banned from using the RKO.
And they took
And
all the fun out of it. Because, like I tell you something, I like the curb stomp. I thought it was a cool move. It's something different.
Mhm.
They had to take that out. And when Randy Orton, what they did at WrestleMania, that was a great RKO. How you pushed him off his back,
Yep.
that was great. Now they're taking it. There's gonna be a standard cage match. No climbing on the top of the cage. No throwing anyone off. No climbing. It's just a standard exhibition match.
Yeah, I mean, there's a certain expectation now that Orton is going to use the RKO in a more dramatic or over the top way, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
it's sort of in a position where he's in a way where people want him to raise the stakes every time, you know.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, this not being a factor in this match sort of takes the interest out for Orton. I mean, I think more of the hardcores will think like, okay, what is he gonna do now? But I think the general RKO audience, which is which is a substantial amount of people, but I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna be happy with the fact that this isn't gonna be in play.
Yeah. It's really a stupid dynamic whether they're trying to. It, I like the RKO because it reminds me of the Diamond Cutter, you know? And what I liked about the Diamond Cutter, the fact that DDP could do it from anywhere. And I feel that Randy Orton is trying to do that now. They're trying to innovate it different ways, just like what he did at WrestleMania. And it's hard to get excited about that match because anytime, when you used to hear a cage match back in the day, you knew something crazy was going to happen. You knew something entertaining was going to happen. You knew that it was something that you couldn't keep your eyes off for at least a second. You couldn't even keep it, off for that. But now, when you hear a cage match, it's just for aesthetic purposes.
Yeah.
They don't do nothing with
What's
it.
going to take place in this is a pretty standard match. Not really sure though. Having the curb stomp banned for, I would say, more political reasons. I don't know if they were necessarily worried about the health more so than. This is more for the visuals, and because they're being sued for concussions, I feel like the layman audience that this case might be presented to may look at that and say that that is dangerous. That's a dangerous maneuver, and maybe that might even play in court if they're going to go there. So I feel like that is a precaution with the way that Daniel Bryan is, and all reports are that he was injured with his match with Sheamus, where Sheamus was being described as being very stiff. I didn't watch it because we usually don't watch SmackDown. So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, listen, I like what they did when they made Seth Rollins a champion. It's something different. It's something that was totally unexpected. At least I didn't expect it.
mhm.
But you're kind of like cutting them off from having an entertaining match when you ban both of their signature moves. I mean, okay, I understand. Okay, whatever. You did it for the curb stomp, but why the RKO? He's been doing this for years.
Mhm.
You know?
I mean, the only thing I can think of is that they want to sort of increase his profile as being a na kind of wrestler, where he has the authority. See, I picked up on something. All right,
Okay,
let
let
me
me hear
see
it.
what you think about this one.
All right, I'm
I
listening.
noticed a key thing they said about about Rollins, and they said that you were handed everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little weird that they would use that so close to that being said of Roman Reigns, someone that they're trying to push very hard. And it might be
Yeah.
that they're trying to divert that off of Reigns and put it onto Rollins to make him more of a heel. Because if that's what they didn't like about Reigns, then that's what they won't like about Rollins, right?
Yeah, I mean, let's face it. Reigns was the man that they wanted.
Hmm.
But I feel that Backlash was so bad that they had to call an audible. So now Rollins is that guy. But they're trying to make Rollins into what Reigns was at the Royal Rumble,
Right.
by trying to tell him he had to hand it to him so that they could probably build up Reigns again in the future. I don't think it's going to work. People like Rollins. He comes from NXT.
Hmm.
He's good on the mic compared to the other. I mean, not compared because Dean Ambrose is good on the mic, but compared to Reigns, he's miles ahead of him in terms of character. But he just doesn't have that look. He's lanky. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Ron's is the bigger guy, and let's face it, that's what the WWE wants. They want the fucking buff guys.
Hmm.
But yeah, I agree with you. I think they're just trying to turn Rollins into the spoiled brat that had everything handed to him, so they could try to do their best to naturally, hype Reigns up as somebody that could be a contender, and hopefully everyone forgets what happened at Royal Rumble.
Yep. That's fair. Yeah.
Uh,
I feel like we're gonna see Orton win here, or sorry, Orton lose here. Um, Now there's gonna be no curb stomp. I believe that Rollins has been using a acai DDT. I don't remember seeing it though.
really, I mean, when it comes to what's different from a DDT and a curb stomp, you know what I mean?
That's true.
I mean, if you fuck up a DDT, I mean, look what happened when I think it was Jake the Snake, fucked up the DDT on, I think, Ricky Steamboat. Fucked him up. So listen, these people make, salaries that average people couldn't even think of making. There has to be some risk involved when they're making that type of salary, especially at the top. You know what I mean? At least that's what I think. I missed the curb stomp. I mean, it was entertaining. Even though Brock Lesnar couldn't sell it, at least it was entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
what does Seth Rollins have? He's just gonna be known as the. I think that's why they took the curb stomp off of him, because they want to disassociate anything that could possibly be entertaining with Rollins to make him into a spoiled fucking brat.
Mm-hmm. So
Man.
yeah, that curb stomp really damages the Seth Rollins character in my opinion because that was one that was visually good, aesthetically pleasing. That curb stomp,
Those are-
and having to switch to a DDT is kind of vanilla and plain.
those are-
So it's gonna be a disappointment, and I don't know, man. Going in, I'm gonna predict my rating for this to be a 3. I'm feeling 3.
A 3 out of 5.
3 out of 10.
I'm gonna say 2.8.
Shit.
Just like Price is Right. I'm a
Perfect.
little bit under.
$1.
At $1. You know,
So
I I don't have much faith in this pay per view. There's nothing extreme about it. They took out many of the elements in the main event that will be entertaining. That they could have created something great like they did with WrestleMania with the RKO. And they took the element out of it, so it's just gonna be a standard cage match with standard wrestlers without their specials. Ooh, yeah.
so there you go, man.
Yay.
That's your card. We'll of course update you guys after the show with the review. But yeah, 3 out of 10 is my prediction. 2 out of 2.8.
2.8.
Mr. Che's prediction. So
Yes, sir.
we'll just
Hopefully we're
recap.
proven wrong.
We'll recap very quickly. We've got
All right.
in this order, right? So we've got the New Day and Cesaro. I'm going with the New Day. Mr. Che is going Cesaro and Tyson Kidd. We move on to what I believed to be the opener. That would be Dolph Ziggler, Sheamus. Both going with Sheamus here for that visual. Moving on to Nikki and Naomi. I'm going with Nikki. So is Mr. Che. We've got the cancellation, of course, of Daniel Bryan and Bad News Barrett, so that's a shame. We've got Dolph Ziggler and Sheamus, so we covered that. Dean Ambrose, Luke Harper, both going with Ambrose. We've got Roman Reigns and Big Show, the last standing match. I am going with Roman Reigns, and so is my friend Che. Let's see. John Cena, Rusev with the Russian chain. Both going John Cena to retain. And finally, main event, Seth Rollins, Randy Orton. Both going with Seth Rollins to retain here. But a stinker overall. So that is the preview show. We will see you guys for the review.
Hopefully we're proven wrong, guys and gals. Please prove us wrong.
Don't drive after you watch this pay-per-view. How about that?
Yeah.